Good day everyone, and on today's video with Bitcoin near strong support, will we see a bounce or a break? Okay, now on the Bitcoin 12-hour chart here, but briefly just to reiterate some statements I did make from the last video that I did have. I did say I was happy to be a spectator in the market, just mainly due to the uncertainty. We did have this impulsive move to the downside out of that major pattern, right? Then we just had Bitcoin going through this consolidation sideways price action here, not showing us really too much one way or another. And as I've said before, I'll say it again, I feel preservation of capital in trading is a very important factor. So turned out to work out well for me with this move to the downside here. But another statement I did make is that I was under the impression that we were going to test the bottom of this triangle that we did break to the downside of. And again, I'm still under that impression, granted that we do hold that strong support that we are currently near, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But again, the price action to the sideways consolidation here, I would have liked to seen when we did have this move to the upside. We did have some consolidation, but ultimately it did break. I would have liked to see some consolidation, ultimately moving steadily, nice and slow, above this volume profile to maybe give us some other consolidation pattern to get us to a move to the upside. But again, we didn't see that. I would have liked to see some rising volume as well with the rising price action. But again, we didn't see that. So ultimately, we just had the rejection and the failure. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the strong support that we are currently on. And I'm just going to switch over to a clean chart on Bitfinex. That last chart that we were looking at was the Bitstamp chart. Okay, so we're going to switch over to weekly just to give us a good look here. And again, we have this strong trend line, as I was saying, the strong support here going back several years. Okay, obviously strong support keeping us here for many months. And also I do have the Fibonacci retracement set up. And as we could see here, very strong support. We got a good bounce off there now. We have price action just kind of finding out what it wants to do. I believe ultimately we will come down and retest this, and I'll be looking for a position here to see how price action is at the time. But just to take a quick look at some moving averages here, we could see the 200 symbol moving average on the weekly time frame gave us 2 to 3 perfect buys for the bottom of Bitcoin, right? So again, we have the 200 moving average here on the weekly coming up. There's something to keep in mind. Very strong moving average, and as you can see on this weekly, with Bitcoin giving you, 2 to 3 really good opportunities to get back in. So something just to be aware of. Now again, currently on this 0.618, very strong Fibonacci level. So I will be looking at this to hold when price action gets down to there. And ultimately, we'll see what that wants to do. But if we do have a break, we could very well go down to the 0.786. We do have a measured move from the break of that descending triangle, I believe right under 6,000 or so. So that could take us. But, you have technical analysis 101. When you have a parabolic move like we did have, once that does break, which obviously it did, you're looking at about an 80% retrace. Wouldn't be out of the norm, you could say. So that would take us right to about 5,555 roughly. So again, something just to think about. We did break, from around 14,000. I did say in our Discord that I believe since then, 14,000, several weeks ago, I said that I believe we were in distribution, and I believe that's still the case to proven otherwise. But let's just go ahead and look at some recent price action. This is the 1 hour chart, and again, 618, you could see strong bounce right off that level. Here's the trend line moving up right with it. Maybe we come down, catch some wicks. But again, going to have to see price action around this 7,325 to 7,300 again on Bitfinex. If you are on Bitstamp, you might have a little bit lower of a level. But again, mainly that's what I'll be watching to see how price action handles that area to possibly take a position for a long. Or if we do a failure, maybe look for a short, but not looking to really take any shorts in this market, just looking to take some longs and keep the fiat stacked to accumulate Bitcoin. Okay, so that's going to be it for Bitcoin for today on here, looking at those levels. Let's just take a brief look at Ethereum, just to see what that's doing. And again, we're on the Ethereum 12-hour chart here. I believe I said in the last video we had strong resistance on this modified shift pitchfork, which obviously we did. We had a breakout, we had a retest, but ultimately didn't go anywhere and we had a failure. Full disclosure, I did take a position right here around 72 and change because I was available just watching right at the screen when we had this break, just in case we did have some continued bullish momentum. But as I posted in Discord, took the position just in case, but as I took it, I said I wasn't confident with it. So when we had this move to the upside and we had to move down, I jumped out basically even, right? So again, we're right in the middle of this zone. Nothing to really look at here. 164.51 looks to be support and resistance. So keep an eye on that level. Again, right in the middle of this zone here. So nothing I really want to touch, but we've had nothing but, targets not been made. We had that, strong target of 260 or so after that break from the descending wedge, not even come close. So just continued bearish momentum to the downside. Okay, so that's Ethereum. Just wanted to take a quick look at EOS. Again, in my last video, we had this rising channel. I said more times than not it's going to break to the downside, which we did. Made target perfect. We had a pennant continuation, made target perfect. Now we had a ascending triangle. Again, the target on that was $3, right over $3. Again, target to the upside, not even come close to making. Ultimately, rejection, failure, and we need price action, price discovery to see some new levels. But again, right in the middle of this zone, $3 to around 2.3. Have to wait and see what price action wants to do from here, but I'm just looking to, have some accumulation, stack some fiat. As I said, you're looking at this 2-3 level and right under this $2 level at 199 to make some further decisions. Okay, so that was just an update with Bitcoin, update with some of the alts. I hope it was helpful. I do wish everyone well with all your trades, and thank you for tuning into the tavern.